Welcome on Energy Tix TV. Today I'm going to ask a few questions to Benedict de Meulemeester, CEO of ENC Consultants. Welcome, Benedict.
Good evening, Bart.
Good evening. Recently we heard some suppliers complaining about the low margins they take on the retail markets. Can you tell me something more about this?
Yeah, well, that might be quite confusing for the general observer to hear energy suppliers complain about low margins, because we tend to think about energy companies as being the high margin grabbing companies. But basically what we've seen is that for industrial consumers, these energy companies, they all buy their energy, electricity for example, in the same wholesale market. For example, in Germany, they all buy the electricity in the EX market. And then if that price is 50, that's the starting point for everybody to make their price, which makes the margin, the add-on on top of that wholesale price, very transparent. And what happens is that the first competitor comes in and asks for EX plus 5, and then another one says, well, I might do with plus 4. And you get this erosion of these margins until you basically find a situation where to win a client, you have to really offer a marginal margin, a very small margin, which just covers your risks and some very small gains on top of that to win a client. And that's the situation we are in mature markets today, like the Benelux markets, like Germany, like the UK, like increasingly France.
So in that sense, the liberalization worked, but isn't it possible for another supplier just to give cheap contracts based on, for example, nuclear production?
No, because sourcing directly from production, which is something which most general observers again think, they think, oh, a supplier like Electrabel or EDF or E.ON or RWE, they should be capable of giving me much better prices because they have that cheap nuclear power. The question, however, is if you have that cheap electricity, which you produce at, for example, a marginal production cost of 15 euros per megawatt hour, and you can sell it in the wholesale market at 45 or 50 euros per megawatt hour, you would be very crazy to send it to sell it to an end client at 40. So therefore what happens is that they sell their production in the wholesale market and then they buy it back at the moment when their clients are buying, their end clients are buying the electricity from them. But they will always sell the production at minimum this price of the wholesale market.
So, because of the fact that the margins are small, do you think they will leave the retail market?
Well, I don't think so. Some of them threaten to do so. We have very livid discussions regarding this from time to time with some suppliers. They pretend that with these low margins the business is no longer worth it. But of course that is only true if you look at the retail part of the energy business in isolation. If you look at the profitability of that sales department, that is indeed a very low profitability. But on the other hand, the positions which are being taken by the retail clients are a very valuable asset for the rest of the company, and mostly for the trading floor. Because what the trading floor can do is, if the clients have fixed the price at an average of 55, for example, with good trading they can try to get their own procurement position down to 50 and then win 5 euros per megawatt hour for the company. So as a matter of speaking, these positions taken by the retail markets and these retail clients of energy suppliers are like some sort of risk management principle. They are covering the risk of the transactions of the trading floor, because in the end, whatever trades they do, they are sure that they will be capable of selling the electricity at a certain price to these retail clients, which makes them valuable, and therefore I believe that energy companies will always continue to look for clients in this retail market.
Can we say that the fact that the margins are so low is because of, for example, ENC and other consultancy firms?
Well, that's what some energy suppliers are blaming us for. And they say, you energy procurement consultants, you have caused this erosion of margins. I think that is giving us a little bit too much credit. To me, this erosion of margin is a logical phenomenon. when everybody buys energy in the same wholesale market at the same price, it is logical, if you have a competitive market, that margin erosion will occur. This is, economically speaking, this is very logical. If consultants, energy procurement consultants such as ENC have done one thing, is we have facilitated this phenomenon because we help clients in organizing razor-sharp contract negotiations. We probably bring the market faster to those very low margins, but I think that even if we weren't there, we would see the same situation.
So the margins on the retail price are lower, but for the suppliers there are some other options.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.